Well, it's great to see so many beautiful and wonderful faces here. And we're going to talk about a lot of amazing memories that we've all had with Travis, an amazing person. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together because that's exactly what Travis would want us to do today. The darkest nights are followed by the brightest mornings. My brother, my best friend, the one who opened my eyes to the truth so many years ago. Travis Budinsky wants us to shine our light brighter than ever before, and that is what I am going to do. During these intense days and nights of grief, I could hear my brother saying, "Get up, the best is yet to come. I will see you when you get here. Now accomplish your life mission on this earth." I've asked myself, what does my brother want from me? How does he want me to live? Who does he want me to become? Travis wants me to be happy. He wants me to smile. He wants me to love. He wants me to follow Jesus Christ, to take care of our family. He wants me to help others through pain and suffering. He wants me to learn harder, dream harder, work harder than ever before. He wants me to continue strong in my ministry. And in honor of my brother and knowing that one day I will see him again, which is a day I am so incredibly excited for, I am choosing to get up and live the life the way my amazing brother would want me to live it. I truly believe many of you also know that this is how Travis would answer these same questions if you asked them. Death for a Christian is simply moving from one place to another. I want to read from 1 Thessalonians 4, specifically verses 13 and 14. "But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep," asleep referring to those who have died, "that ye sorrow not," sorrow referring to the grief that we're all experiencing today, "even as others which have no hope. But if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him." The Apostle Paul is encouraging those in Christ that they will see their loved ones again. This is our hope. And this is not a hope as in, hopefully my coffee tastes good this morning, or hopefully my favorite football or soccer or baseball team wins the big game tonight. No, this is a guarantee. We will be reunited with our loved ones. That is a guarantee. Notice Paul did not say to not sorrow or grieve. He simply said to not grieve like those with no hope. We have that hope. We have that guarantee. We don't grieve like those with no hope, but we do grieve. And so I want to say it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. When Jesus went to be with Mary and Martha after the death of their brother, Lazarus, Jesus wept. And this isn't just, I'm a little sad, couple tears. No, he wept. He grieved like we do today. Let me repeat that. Jesus Christ, God manifest in the flesh. He grieved. And yet Jesus was just about to resurrect Lazarus from the dead, which he did. What an amazing miracle. And so we can grieve. It's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to stay that way. Travis does not want us to stay that way. He is victorious, and he wants us to be victorious as well. We may be in our darkest moment. I know this has been the most difficult time of my life. The pain at times has felt unbearable. I've asked a lot of questions. But I can tell you again what Travis would say. Get up. The best is yet to come. I'll see you when you get here. Travis had a mission in this world, and I can tell you he accomplished that mission. And for that, he has great reward. I know this, and I am incredibly proud of him. When it comes to life from this temporal vantage point, it's not about quantity, but about quality. And Travis accomplished so much during his life. He lived to serve. He lived to love. He lived to create a beautiful family. Travis served in the Army where he grew both physically and spiritually. Travis is truly a superhero. He did not just serve in the Army, he excelled in the Army. One of the soldiers that he was with messaged me just last night, and he sent me pictures and talked about just how awesome Travis was. He was that man that you wanted to have on your side. He excelled in all the fitness exercises that they did, the competitions. He really is viewed as a superhero. He's the strongest person I know. He knew what he wanted in life. He excelled in fitness. He excelled in his faith. He met and married a beautiful Christian woman, Kaye. He made his parents and his older brother proud. He reaped life everlasting. You could live until you're 100. But without striving to do that which is important, without striving to reap life everlasting, what is it for? Jesus Christ, the name above all names, God manifest in the flesh, a name that it would be nearly impossible to find somebody who's never heard of it, lived on this earth for 33 years. And he accomplished more than anybody. I could name countless names of men and women all throughout history who lived 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and accomplished amazing things that have left an echo throughout history and an echo throughout eternity. Travis has 2 beautiful children with another beautiful child on the way. What an amazing reward. What an amazing accomplishment. Travis has given our parents the greatest reward. 3 grandchildren, which makes 6 in total to keep my parents, to give them, who I love so deeply, endless fun and joy. Travis knew what was important in life, and he sought those things. A few of those things being service, love, family, faith, God. Travis accomplished so much, and I am so proud of him. And so I want to repeat that. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And the quality of Travis's life and spirit was amazing, truly amazing. Travis and I would talk on the phone nearly every night when he was in the Army. I cherish those moments. We would talk sometimes for hours about all things. We would debate, we would get passionate, we would discuss origins, which I wasn't necessarily the most interested in at that time, but he really opened my eyes. We had some life-changing conversations. And again, I cherish every second my brother Travis and I got to spend together. Those phone calls really changed my life. I was stubborn, very stubborn. Travis was diligent, very diligent, confident, most faithful man I know. And he convinced me of the truth. Travis is the reason for what I do in ministry, and he has a legacy in that. He has an echo throughout eternity. Travis and I shared so many amazing memories. We were best friends since day one. I've been thinking about all the memories that we had as a kid, just so many different memories coming back to me with how much fun we had and staying up all night when my mom would tell us to go to bed, but we refused because we were having too much fun, and now I see my beautiful children do that as well. Jude and Faith. And I cherish these moments, and I will cherish them for the rest of my life. We were also workout bros. We were competitive, very competitive, but this was a healthy competitiveness. It helped us push ourselves to new levels. And I am proud of my brother to say that he surpassed me. He reached impressive heights, both physically and spiritually. Those of my friends that are here today, Travis's friends that we worked out together, we'd go to the gym and he just had this incredible Hulk strength. And he would pick up that bench press, 3 plates on each side, and he'd do it like nothing. A true superhero. We shared endless laughs together. Those kinds of uncontrollable laughs that hurt your sides and you'll never forget. I can still hear his laugh today. I go back in our Facebook messages and listen to the audios that we sent back and forth to each other, which is why we live in such an amazing time where the memory lives on through pictures, audios, videos. We both love Lord of the Rings. Travis taught me so much about the amazing Christian themes found all throughout the Lord of the Rings trilogy. At first I thought I could never watch Lord of the Rings again. It'll be too painful. But now I'm seeing the gratitude and the gift in grief. And I look forward to watching that beautiful trilogy again and sharing those tears. Travis and I would frequently talk about a lot of the epic moments in that trilogy and some of the memorable quotes, and a couple here that come to mind that I know he loved and still loves. In Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, all hope seemed like it was lost. They were in their darkest times, and Frodo said that he might not be able to bear this pain, bear his mission. And Gandalf said, "So do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." And Trav knew what he had to do with his time. He had a mission, and he accomplished that mission. We all get scars. We all get marks. If you don't have a scar, just keep living. You'll get a scar. But the choice is whether or not we're going to look at that scar as a scar of defeat or a scar of victory. And I choose to look at this scar as a scar of victory, a scar of growth, both physically, spiritually, because that's what Travis wants. And so again, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Tomorrow's not promised. Travis is the strongest man I know, and that goes spiritually, physically, and this is a wake-up call that tomorrow's not promised. Somebody as strong as Travis, as amazing as Travis, can go to be with the Lord after he's accomplished this mission here. And so it just goes to show that life is just a drop of water in an ocean of eternity. Travis was an expert at many things. And again, an expert at Tolkien mythology, as we're discussing here, Lord of the Rings. If you wanted to know about all the Christian themes in that epic trilogy, Travis was your go-to guy. Travis and I love deep movies. Movies that make you think and make you feel. Movies that change you, drive you to be a better person. We spent endless hours discussing the themes and deeper meanings of these movies. Wesley, wherever you are, my brother, there he is. He knows, big fan of Lord of the Rings as well, and we would just spend countless, unlimited hours discussing the deep things of this. And at times, we would debate. We would debate what movie trilogies were the best, which trilogies were the greatest. And even though I would sometimes be difficult and stubborn and suggest a trilogy besides Lord of the Rings being the best, such as The Dark Knight perhaps, I'd always end up falling back to Lord of the Rings. Travis always won those debates. And I had to admit defeat. Just like he won the most important debate years and years ago when we would discuss for hours and hours the topic of origins as he was in the army. Travis was the only person I couldn't beat in a debate. Well, that might also include my wife. I am going to cherish every single amazing memory that I have with my brother. This includes all the vacations we took with the family growing up, all the camping trips, and endless laughs, videos that we look back on. Actually, we just recently set up the VHS system and pulled out all of the old videos and just had so many laughs together, all of us, Travis included, watching all the videos with Grandma. And time flies, but those memories feel like they were just yesterday. One video we were watching must have been one of our first birthday parties at McDonald's. Everybody was there. All the family was there. And
including dads.
Yeah, including everybody. And these are memories that I will never forget. The times, the nights that we were kids playing around, laughing, wrestling, my mom telling us to get to bed, as I said. These are some of the most vivid memories that I have today. And I look forward to making more in the next life with him, where he awaits in glory. The Bible says, "For God hath not given to us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." And Travis wants us today to have a sound mind, to celebrate his life and to celebrate his accomplishments. The Bible says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." We need to trust in the Lord and honor Travis for his accomplishments. Why does death feel so strange? Why does it feel so unnatural? Why does it feel so final? We know the answer to these questions. This is because God has put eternity into our hearts. Eternity is not found in this temporal world. Travis knew this. He knows this. This world is just passing by. The body will die, and our spirit will live on. That's why the Apostle Paul, one of the greatest Christians who ever lived, said, "Who shall deliver me from the body of this death?" He was eager to depart and be with the Lord, to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. What a beautiful thing. No pain, no suffering, just in a moment, in an instant. But he said, for our sake, he'll remain, he'll minister for us. I know I will see him again. I didn't lose my brother. And I can't wait for that day, that hope that brings us back to 1 Thessalonians 4, that guarantee that we will see our loved ones again. Travis is in the presence of the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, our hope is not in this world, it is in heaven. Now I have something from Kaye, Travis's wife, that I would like to read. From Kaye. I feel I have so much to say, yet no words to say at all. I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with my soulmate, Travis. But instead, he spent the rest of his life with me. As we remember and celebrate Travis's 32 years of life, I want to emphasize the person he purely, genuinely, and unashamedly was, and the loving heart he had for his family and the Lord. Travis's spirit was meek and kind and gentle. He was often referred to as a gentle giant. On the outside, you see a tall, brawny, tough-looking man. But when you get to know him, his compassionate, friendly, and loving nature shines through. As a husband, he was all God prepared him to be. He loved me beyond measure, greater than he loved himself, Ephesians 5:28. He was loyal and committed from the moment we met. Travis was so intentional in the way he loved me and took carrying my heart in his hands seriously and fragilely. He was a leader in many ways, but as a husband, he always led me to seek the Lord. Every night we would pray together, We often read our Bibles together, and he actively searched for the right church for us to attend, Crossway Baptist. There was no greater friend than the friend I had in my husband, and no better soulmate. We were so blessed by God that he could be home with his family while simultaneously providing for us financially. He took great care of us and all our needs. We were all together 24/7, and I will forever cherish the beauty and rarity of that. Travis became a dad when our daughter Arwen was born on April 8th, 2020. I watched the tears fall down his face as he welcomed his little girl into this world. The first picture taken of Arwen was of her holding Travis's finger with her whole hand, and she's been wrapped around it ever since. The bond he created with our daughter was everything I prayed for. He was a very fun, loving, goofy, and present father. Over the past few months, Arwen and Travis had been spending so much one-on-one time together and really strengthened their relationship. What once was always about mommy was now all about daddy, even to the point that she specifically wanted him only to wipe her bottom after going to the bathroom. I remember asking him, "How do you like being the favorite?" He got the son he always wanted when sweet Titus was born. I spent essentially every day over at the house just seeing the family. You really realize how important family and friends are in times like this. And sweet baby Titus just looks exactly like Travis. And so when I'm sitting there with Titus fighting, battling for a hug, which I'll get one day, I see Travis and I see me in our son, Gabriel. And so we have me. I oftentimes look at Gabe and say, you know, you're me. And Titus is Travis. What was once always about mommy was now all about daddy. He got the son he always wanted when sweet Titus was born. They share a birthday month and got to celebrate together on his first birthday. Titus is almost an exact replica of his daddy. And every time I look at his little face, I will forever see Trav. This last January, God surprised us with a third baby. There are so many reasons why this is a blessing. And though I have to go on with my pregnancy and deliver our baby without Travis here, God will remind me of all those wonderful reasons. If you only remember one thing about Travis, I hope it's this: that he loved the Lord with all his heart, and he did his best at making sure his family and friends would one day join him in heaven. He brought God great glory and honor every time he shared the gospel. He has led many souls to salvation while he was here on earth. He has planted countless seeds in the hearts of those that I can only pray will come to fruition one day, and that those people will receive Christ and salvation. His reward in heaven is great. And as a Christian wife, I could not be more proud of him. Because of his strong faith and because he was saved, I have the hope of being with him again. And so does anyone else who believes on the Lord Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us that there is no mourning or sadness or pain or suffering in heaven, and that every tear will be wiped away. Though I am devastated to not have my husband here with me, I am rejoicing for him, knowing he is in pure bliss. If God told me I could have the option of bringing him back to earth, I wouldn't bring him back. How selfish of me would it be to make him leave the glory land where he only feels joy? I thank God Travis is with him now for eternity, and I will see him soon. I will end this here. This is what I believe to be Travis's life quote: "If you meet me and forget me, you have lost nothing. But if you meet Jesus Christ and forget him, you have lost everything. He never cared whether or not you liked him or remembered him, but only that you'd meet Jesus and spend eternity with him. And I can attest to that. Travis was popular, is popular, but it was never a popularity contest to Travis. Just another amazing thing about him. I'm now going to invite Wesley up to share some words. And after Wesley, anybody, no pressure, of course, is welcome to come up and share anything that they'd like to. And then I'll end it with some words.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wes Cunning. Travis Budinsky, or Trav as we knew him, was my friend since we were 4 years old. Our bond started in kindergarten and grew into nearly 3 decades of shared adventures and memories. An early memory I cherish is being at Trav's house and eating a full-course meal his mother Debbie made for us, as she did every night I can remember. Carl, Travis's father, and Donnie, Travis's brother, were also at the dinner table with us. I loved eating meals with the Budinskys. I would imagine I was their third son. Debbie always made sure her boys were full and fed healthy. I remember Debbie teaching Travis and I the negative effects of aspartame when we were probably 7. Every drink of pop I ever had for the rest of my life was accompanied by a feeling of guilt and Debbie's voice in my head, "There's aspartame in that, Wes." Another memory was when Travis and I challenged Travis's older brother, Donnie, to a wrestling match in the winter at the corner of the street they lived on, Aurora Drive in Forest Glade. We were probably about 8 at this time. I charged at Donnie, and he easily threw me to the ground. Travis, seeing me on the ground, then charged Donnie, and I watched the brothers wrestle together for a long minute before Donnie emerged victorious. Snow dripping from both their faces, both tired after a hard-fought battle, but in the end, laughing and embracing each other on the walk home. Eventually, the Budinskys added an above-ground pool to the backyard. Travis, Donnie, our friend Vince, and I would swim for hours and hours until Debbie would announce, "Come on in, kids, dinner's ready." We would quickly dry ourselves off and race inside to refuel. I can still see their childhood dog, Lacey, licking Travis's face like it was yesterday. Lacey was a Shih Tzu. Travis absolutely adored his pup. He used to call Lacey his little smoochy smooch. When we were probably about 12 years old, Travis and I had a big debate. It became so heated, I still remember it to this day. I was saying that humans were no different than animals, and that, in fact, we were the same as them. This was obvious to me, but insulting to Travis. I was confused at just how upset my claim of us being animals made Travis. We're not animals, Wes. We're completely different. Looking back, I realized this was an early sign of a strong faith that would blossom later in his life. The meaning of life, according to Travis as a child, was simple. We got to meet good women who will marry us and have kids. At this time, Travis and I were more interested in video games than girls, but regardless, this was his idea of a complete life. Travis had an innocent wisdom about him. My family and I moved to Oshawa, Ontario when I was 14. At 19, I finally moved back to Windsor, only Travis wasn't there waiting for me. Travis had changed while I was away, from a shy, introverted boy to a 6'3" muscle-bound man who was living in Shiloh, Manitoba, serving his country in the Canadian Reg Force Military Artillery Division at the tender age of 19. When he completed his grueling artillery course, he called me. This was the proudest moment of his young life. The military instilled confidence in him, fearlessness. It was at this time he began talking about his love and belief in Jesus Christ. In Travis's shadow at 24, I joined the Canadian military. While away, we talked on the phone often, at times every day. Then something happened. I remember when he first mentioned her. I asked him, "What's her name?" And he responded, Kaylee. I said, so what's she like? With a snarky voice, he responded, you wouldn't like her, Wes. She's got morals. Travis always had a way with words. He said, she's a beautiful Christian woman. That statement to Travis wasn't just a description. This was the highest honor Travis could ever describe a woman with. Eventually, Travis chose a subtle way of asking Kaylee to marry him, by skydiving out of a plane with a ring in his pocket. She said yes. The wedding was in Michigan, and I flew from Alberta to be there. It was perfect. I remember Carl helping Travis and I put our suits on properly before we hit the road, straightening our ties and solving the mystery of how these clips strapped to our pants. Travis was nervous. He wasn't nervous about marrying Kaylee. That he couldn't wait for, but for the spotlight to be on him the entire day. Travis never needed this kind of attention. I remember standing beside him at the altar and waiting for his face to turn red, like I knew it would, and it did, until he saw Kaylee. Then awkwardness turned into intense focus. He even danced their first dance in a way where I thought to myself, wow, Trav can actually dance. In the years following, Travis and Kaylee would welcome two beautiful children into the world named Arwen and Titus. To Debbie and Carl, I need you to know that Travis many, many times uttered the phrase, we had the perfect childhood. I can't begin to tell you how much time as we got older, he and I would spend reminiscing about our many memories as kids. You gave him comfort, safety, effort, and laughter. I want to thank you both for allowing us to be innocent and for not burdening us with the heaviness of the world. He described you both in our adult years as the perfect parents. And if one day my children speak half as highly of me as Travis did of both of you, then I will have succeeded as a parent. Donnie, you and Travis were not just brothers, you were twins. I'll always cherish the countless memories the three of us shared. Travis told me many times how much he admired you throughout our lives. Sometimes he had a difficult time saying this to you. To Jess, Travis loved and respected you deeply. You are everything he ever hoped for Donnie and more. Kaylee, thank you. Your meeting was the result of a million prayers which started when Travis was a child. You fulfilled Travis's spoken childhood meaning of life, meeting a good woman to marry and have kids with. Travis viewed you as the perfect wife and mother. Everyone in this room loves you, and we are here for you now and forever. To Travis, I want to say thank you for sharing your life with me. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for journeying with me all those long years, my old friend. Lastly, I'd like to say a quote from Travis's favorite movie, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. In this scene, Pippin, who is one of the main characters of the film, is fighting in a great war beside his friend, a wizard named Gandalf, during the large final battle of the trilogy. This moment is tense. Hope is fading for Pippin. Fearful and saddened, it's likely this will be his end. They have an exchange of words in this moment that goes like this. A disheartened Pippin says, I didn't think it would end this way. Gandalf responds, end? No, the journey does not end here. Death is just another path, one that we all must take. The gray curtain of this world rolls back and all turns to silver glass, and then you see it. See what, Gandalf? Pippin asks. White shores, and beyond, a far green country under a swift sunrise. Soothed by these words, Pippin says, well, that isn't so bad. No, says Gandalf. No, it isn't. Thank you.
Wesley, you know how to make a man cry and laugh at the same time. Can't top that. I love you, brother. Is there anybody else that would like to come up and say anything that might be on their mind or a story?
Yes, we forgot about the tape recorder that you were playing with and making loud noise, and from the TV room I yelled, when I yell.
Be quiet.
And they played that video for years. Like, remember? They'd be in the basement and they'd hit the button. I'd be watching TV. Going, oh my God. I had to. It's too bad we don't have it anymore.
And those were in the days where
But it was
we
the
didn't
way I
have.
said, shut up.
We had this tape recorder.
I didn't realize they were taping at the time.
We were always taping. This was before the invention of the phones where we could just record things on demand, on the spot. And Travis and I got a tape recorder. We were so excited. We were just kids, and we would record our own episodes of Pokemon. And my dad wanted at least one of us to be a Major League Baseball player. And he was my coach for years and years and years. And so many good memories playing baseball. Travis wasn't necessarily the most excited about it, but my dad would say, if you come out and you play baseball and you join the team, after every game, we're going to go buy a pack of Pokemon cards. And we did. And those moments feel like yesterday. And we still have those Pokemon cards. Who knows? Maybe one's worth $1 million. I don't know. But I have some last words here that I'd like to say. As Wesley also demonstrated, beautifully so, Travis had a mission. He knew what he wanted. He accomplished that mission. He knew it was never about quantity, it was about quality. And he had that quality. Grief is a powerful friend in the face of a significant loss and unbearable pain. I didn't know it was possible to have this kind of pain. I was broken, still am broken. You don't recover from grief. It's not just this linear process where, like the flu, you got a couple symptoms, and then over the next 7 to 10 days, they get better and improve, and you feel better. You grow. You learn to build your life and design your life around this change. And I choose gratitude. This is what Travis wants me to choose. I understand what I'm grieving. The intense sadness, the waves of emotion. And I know that I will cry every single day for the rest of my life until I see Travis again. Even at the gym the other night, I was feeling a level of comfort, doing a workout, and immediately I was reminded of my gym bro, and I cried, and that's okay, because it's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to stay that way. That's not what Trav wants. Travis wants me to choose gratitude. Yes, the waves of emotions, they're all over the place. But I also understand what I am grateful for. I am grateful that my brother and I got to spend so much time together and create so many amazing memories together. I am so grateful that I got the chance and the joy to be his big brother. I feel we made 100 years worth of memories during our time here together on this earth. And I am so grateful I will get to see him again. Gratitude gives us the opportunity to allow the natural feelings of grief to take place. It's not about stay strong, be strong. No, if you need to cry, cry. Let those organic feelings come out naturally. If I need to cry, I will cry. If I'm feeling happy, I'll be happy. Is grief a gift to all of us who have lost loved ones? I say yes, it is. It gives us the opportunity to grow stronger, to be better people, to come together, and to carry out the legacy of our loved one by honoring them in this life before meeting them again in the next. Thank you.